Alright people, Mike Salden here again. Welcome back to some more Baldurs Gate 3 Honor Mode. Today is the final video. We're going to go do this deal with Gortash. We've taken out Orin for him. And now it's just time to go confront the Elderbrain. Karlach's not going to be happy about this. But it doesn't matter too much because Gortash, he's going to get what's coming to him. When he tries to take over the Netherbrain or whatever, it's just going to slap him aside and he's just going to die instantly. You could fight him if you want to, but because it's honor mode, and I think most people just want to get through the game in honor mode without too much difficulty, the easiest thing to do, really, I've always found, is just to take his deal, talk him into being a partner, because he's going to get taken down anyway, so there's really no downside. So we're just going to skip along until we're in the underground, where you have to take that boat to this misanthropic pool or whatever it's called. Normally you get ambushed by some brains around here, but I'm gonna take out all the ones we run into here. Just use Asterion, and we're just gonna snipe these, because I think if these guys aren't here to trigger the ambush, you can sneak past it. Maybe you don't have to take them out and you can sneak past anyway, but I'm just going to take out all of them that we can see from this position just before they all start, because they all start running away from you, and it's very clear they're luring you into an ambush, I'm pretty sure. So we'll just try this out because it's not a really hard fight if they do ambush you. But at this point in the game, you kind of just want to get onto the final battle, not get distracted with anything. Some people are probably speed running a little just because they're so nervous or getting to their golden dice, and they just don't want to fight any unnecessary enemies. Before you come to this point of the game, I would also advise, if you're going to do my method here, stock up on invisibility potions. Have at least 3 or 4 globes of invulnerability scrolls, or have a member of your party who can cast globe of invulnerability. And also, once again, if you're going to bring a SmokePowder backpack, the way I do, make sure you've given it to your strongest character, which is Karlach, and give all your SmokePowder bombs and anything that explodes, really, fireworks or just anything that explodes, put it into a backpack and give it to Karlach, because I'm going to use that method once again to take out the Netherbrain once we get there. So this is the room where this ambush normally happens, but because I've been sneaking along taking out all the brains, I think you can just crouch. Is everybody crouching? Come on. Make sure we're all connected up together. Yeah. Just gonna speed up this footage a little because there's not a lot happening. And I kind of want the video to stay under like 40 minutes. It's going to be a bit longer than usual, but I don't want it to take too long. Not sure what I was doing here, just trying to set up everybody, make sure we were all in stealth. Sometimes your main character will crouch and everybody else will stay standing. I missed a perception check there for the ambush, but I think because we're all sneaking through, it doesn't really matter too much. So I was putting people through one at a time just to make sure. And yeah, failed the perception check again. But I think all that does is say, this looks like a good place for an ambush. So yeah, everybody, we've made it through. We sort of skipped that little ambush there. I don't know if you have to take out all the brains, but when I took them all out there and then just crouched and snuck through that area, it allowed me to skip that little fight. Again, it's not too tricky of a fight. You should really survive it pretty easily, but it's just if you want to save some time and just get to this cutscene with Gortash over here, or I think he wants me to talk to him, but I'm just walking on ahead of him. I think he's getting annoyed, going, "Hey, get back here, we need to discuss this." But yeah, I'm just trying to get to the brain. Hopefully you have like 4 points of inspiration at this point. Just because there's a lot of dice rolls. It's okay if you fail them, but if you pass some of them, I believe it makes the Elder Brain easier to fight later. It takes damage quicker, or has less health, or something like that. We try to dominate it here. Gortash fails completely. The stone comes over to us, and we're the ones who have to try to dominate this thing. Uh, he's really not much use at all. He's a pretty worthless ally, but it's okay. We don't really want him to be useful. I was planning to betray him immediately anyway, because I'm always on Karlak's side, and Karlak just really cannot stand Gortash. So we're having a sort of nightmare brain intrusion right now, or whatever. Always pick whatever your strongest chance to get past a check is. What you have the most plus ones and stuff on. This one's pretty easy. This first one. I've taken an elixir of Hill Giant Strength to be able to carry some extra stuff. So that had a +6 on this check, this strength check. So I managed to pass at least one of them. I think that makes the Elder Brain a little bit easier later. It's okay if you fail all of them, but it would be beneficial if you're planning on fighting the Elder Brain, because I am going to do the final battle this time. Back when I did my first honor mode run, I was always intending just to send Gale to detonate his Netherese magic orb or whatever it is. I just let him sacrifice himself because it's like, yeah, I put in like 60 hours trying to do this honor mode run, and it would really be pretty terrible if I tried to take on the Netherbrain and fell at the final boss. Just couldn't handle it on the first honor mode run, so I was like, yeah, sorry Gale, you're gonna sacrifice yourself. But this time, I do want to prove to myself that I can properly beat honor mode. Well, I don't know if this actually will count as properly beating it, because I'm planning to stealth my way past most of the enemies, and then use a SmokePowder bomb cheese against the Netherbrain by blowing it up with a backpack full of explosives. But yeah, I do want to personally take out the Netherbrain in one of these honor mode runs, just to prove that I could do it. And yeah, we're going to try another strength check here. These are getting harder and harder to pass. Let's see. Yeah, they should pass this one. No! I still have some inspiration left, so we can try to roll again. But yeah, if I feel... yeah, that -1 isn't good for me over there. Yeah, oh dear, we've failed this one. We'll just have to continue on. Again, it's not a disaster if you fail one of them. And your very final check, it's a 99 level check. I think the only way you can pass it is if you get a critical success. Even though I'm not sure how that makes sense, because like a 20 is much lower than 99. So I've just tried to pick what I had the best chance of passing here. Absolutely do not give up and let it dominate you, because you'll just completely fail honor mode, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, this is this impossible 99 check. Although I think some people have got a critical 20 and managed to do it. But it doesn't matter if you even do pass it. The Netherbrain still breaks out of whatever we're trying to do there. And the Emperor has to jump in and save us. So we're just skipping through all these dialogue scenes. But Gortash, he has been taken out now in that last cutscene. His dead body's going to be in front of you when you get through this dialogue. I'm basically just going to agree to let the Emperor work with us and come open up the portal to the Netherbrain or whatever. And yeah, Gortash is over here. Make sure to steal everything off his body and then go talk to the Emperor. He's got some SmokePowder bombs or something here, so that'll be good to give to Karlak to beef up her SmokePowder backpack even more. Just dump those in it. I'm just going to skip all the dialogue with the Emperor where we agree to work with him, and just get here to the final battle. Normally, Kithrak Voss ambushes you out there on those stairs, but I took him out in the sewers, so he's not here, and Lazelle's not here to get angry about us betraying him or anything, because Orin, the whole fiasco with Orin, dealt with her. So just come into this room, and any allies you've gathered will be here. I don't have that many because I didn't do much side content in Act 3. I do have my big owlbear here, and the evil ox, Valeria, and Volo. He's going to be a lot of use. Yeah, I've never actually summoned him before. It might be pretty funny to summon him. Mazora's here. I'm probably just going to summon the ox if I'm going to summon anyone, because they turn into this big like ball of jelly or whatever, and they're pretty hard to put down. But again, I plan to sneak past a lot of the stuff out here. So make sure you have a lot of invisibility potions or a scroll of invisibility that you can cast on multiple people. Or you could... what else could you do? You could bring Gale or a wizard or someone who can cast invisibility. But yeah, I'm just going to get through this little conversation. You can tell these guys to return to the fight if you pass this skill check. But it's okay if you don't. It's not essential to pass this check. It is pretty tricky. Let's see, yeah, it is a 20 to pass. I still had a good chance here, but I think I messed it up. 13. Yeah, I've got a -1 from strength, even though I took a hill giant strength potion, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so failed that, so they're not going to help, they're just going to run away. But we don't really need them anyway, because we're just going to get over here. We're all going to down some invisibility potions. And make sure you like throw an invisibility potion at the Emperor if you're going to do it this way. Because we need him to be invisible as well, or else he's going to trigger combat. So we need to throw an invisibility potion at the Emperor. Whoops, that failed. Wait, I think you need to throw it at the ground next to him, and then it splashes on him. Let me try that again. So yeah, throw it at his feet, so it splashes onto him. I think that's how it works. So let's throw that down, and there we go. He's invisible, and Carla got free invisibility from that as well, because she was standing right next to him. Everybody else, you can just make them drink a potion. You could have cast a scroll of invisibility on the Emperor if you wanted to, but I'd just rather throw a potion at him. So yeah, everybody's got like loads of potions, because I've stolen so much stuff over the course of the game with Asterion. Shadowheart's here as well. She doesn't really have much of a role to play in this final battle. It's mainly the Emperor opening the portal, and then Karlach delivering the big SmokePowder bomb. Everybody else really isn't that required. They're just sort of here sneaking around in the background. So yeah, let's see. Should I fly in here? Everybody should have the ability to fly by now, because at least in my run I made everybody a partial illithid. But we're just going to run in. We're not going to do turn-based. We're just going to run past everyone just as quick as we can. I might speed up this footage a little, just because it is basically just me running and flying and just skipping turns and trying to get to the door. Because once you get one character up here to the door, where you're supposed to be, it just teleports everyone else up there anyway. Make sure you aren't standing on one of the areas the Nautiloid is targeting with its cannons or whatever, because if you get hit, it'll break your invisibility. Yeah, see the symbol on the floor right now? You definitely don't want to be standing on one of those, because you will be hit and everyone will notice where you are, and it's just going to be a bad time. So I need to be careful here, because one of my characters is almost standing on one of the fire zones or whatever. So yeah, I'm just going to 2 times speed this footage, because not a lot is happening really, and I think people get the idea of what I'm doing here really. Just take invisibility potions and fly past all the enemies and up this little route here. It's the route I've always liked to go through because there's not as many enemies this way, and it just gets you to the door quicker. Um, so yeah, Karlak, she can fly pretty far. Let's dash and then fly again. Yeah, here's the door we have to get through, and oh, she's so close to be able to open it. Just skip everybody else's turn. And there we are. Once we're in here, everybody else will be teleported to this little cutscene. If Gale is in your party, now is the time to speak to him and tell him to sacrifice himself. Everybody's invisibility is going to wear off here. Used to be you could stay invisible here. Just checking, I was still in honor mode, making sure. Because sometimes, for whatever reason, my game has slipped out of honor mode into tactician for some reason. But yeah, as I was saying, you used to be able to stay invisible here. But the only person I'm going to make invisible is the Emperor. Because it seems to work for him that he stays invisible because he's not fully part of your party. But everybody else, we're just going to have to retake an invisibility potion up here. Used to be you could put on invisibility before you climbed up and everybody stayed invisible. But because the Emperor, he's just in the right place to crouch there and not be part of this conversation, I think that's why he was allowed to stay invisible. But we're just going to all take an invisibility potion and fly across the battlefield and try to get up to the crown, or whatever this thing is, where we need the Emperor to be, so he can cast the spell to open the portal, and then we can just fully fight the brain. And I'm going to leave this on 2x speed, because again, not a lot is happening. I'm just running past all the enemies while invisible. And once we're up here, once everybody's up here, I'm going to cast like Globe of Invulnerability over us. I think I mess it up slightly and the Emperor doesn't actually fit inside the globe and I have to cast a second spell. So when you are doing this, just be careful to make sure everybody's actually inside the Globe of Invulnerability. Because I made this take longer than it needed to because the Emperor wasn't actually fully inside the globe. So yeah, again, just down an invisibility potion with everyone, and then fly in. The enemy doesn't really know where you are, and if you're flying past these tentacles, they can't really hit you. It used to be they used to alert. They used to knock you out of invisibility if you ran into them, and were surprised. But yeah, it seems like you can just fly past them while invisible now. Maybe it's the use of flight that allows that to happen. But when you were just walking across those tentacles and they jumped out, I definitely remember being popped out of invisibility and everybody being triggered to where I was. So yeah, everybody's over here now. The Emperor didn't quite make it up, so we have to skip some turns. All these idiots are just going to run over to where I was standing. Just going to leave this on 2x speed because it's just a lot of enemies that have to go through their turn and not really doing anything because they have no idea where we're at really. So I have to wait for my turn, get the Emperor to come in and do the spell. And while he's doing the spell, he's incapacitated. He's just sort of standing there. So then we need to protect him. I think I tried to put Sanctuary on him with Shadowheart, but it didn't work. It was cast on him, but the crown, the Netherbrain, was still able to attack him even through Sanctuary. And the crown just revealed where we were there, so it was aware we were in front of it. But the Emperor escaped that, so he can move in. Now he's casting the spell. Now I just need, I think is it Shadowheart I choose here because she's the best spell caster. I go in, get my scrolls. I think I've got like 4 globes of invulnerability. Bring a few of them just in case you mess up one of these, because I definitely messed up and had to cast a second spell because the Emperor wasn't fully covered in the globe. So yeah, globe of invulnerability. To me, it looked like he was inside it. Oh, somebody cast a counter spell, one of the mind flares. So the first attempt actually failed. And then I go to cast Sanctuary on the Emperor because I'm like, well, as long as he can't be attacked, he should be fine. Um, but I think because he's maybe interacting with the Netherbrain crown, that it disables Sanctuary. It's the only reason I can think why he takes damage in this next round. I took another invisibility potion as Asterion, and I was like, okay, Asterion, I'm gonna need you to cast the spell. And again, it looked like the Emperor was gonna be covered here, but he was just outside it. I was a bit of an idiot there. Um, I do have to recast Global Vulnerability, but the idea is really you be invisible, get everyone over here, get the Emperor to cast the open the portal spell, and then make sure everybody's inside Globe of Invulnerability, and then you just sit here until the Emperor finishes his spell, and none of you can get attacked because you're inside the globe, and you're invulnerable while you're in here. I can summon some allies just to keep the enemies busy. I want the Ox. He's known as an apple a day because he transformed into an apple, so you could sneak him into Baldur's Gate. Just gonna put him over there just to clog up that side of this walkway. Make sure people go attack him so they have another target. Because I wasn't quite sure the Emperor was protected. I thought Sanctuary might be helping him and that he was just about touching the globe of invulnerability, so I thought he should be alright. I think his leg's in here, but it wasn't quite. So when I skip my turns here, the crown or the Elder Brain, it just does another attack. It's actually the Netherbrain now, I think it's called, because it's transformed, its power or whatever. So I keep calling it the Elder Brain, but yeah, I think it's a Netherbrain now. The Emperor calls it. All these enemies again, they're just doing random things because most of them can't attack me, like all those tentacles. The Mind Flayer can jump inside the portal, but because we're invulnerable, even if he's inside it, it seems like he couldn't do any damage to us really. And yeah, the dragon just went for our ox friend, who's now a big like pile of jelly or whatever he is over there. So yeah, everybody's coming to get us now. After we sent them in the wrong way the last time. Um, Again, I put this on 2 times speed because a lot of it was just waiting for these enemies to take their turn, and there really isn't a lot to this. It is kind of a basic strategy, but here's where the Netherbrain hits the Emperor and knocks him out of his spell or whatever. Um, or maybe it was actually one of those mind flares that hit him. So he's stunned now, which is annoying. Um, I need to recast Globe of Invulnerability because he's clearly not inside it, not properly. I've realized like it was a really stupid thing to get wrong, not having the Emperor fully inside the Globe of Invulnerability. So I think I just cast a second one, and then there's 2 globes out here, so we're double invulnerable, I guess. Um, yeah, is this my globe of invulnerability? Yeah, this is the other one. I think I have like 3 globes of invulnerability scrolls. Lucky thing too, because it looked like this was gonna mess up here for a moment. So yeah, I've put down 2 globes of invulnerability now. The Emperor should be fine the next time the brain tries to do something to him. Um, so yeah, I'm just gonna take another invisibility potion, I guess, just so these most of these enemies leave my main character alone. Even though I think I'm pretty safe in the globe, just in case they're gonna try to target me, and it glitches out and they stun the Emperor again or something weird. I was just thinking it'll be better if we're all invisible, just so they go fight the Ox or something. Um, So yeah, I've just got to skip my turns, and we should see the Emperor opening the portal in the next turn. Uh, yeah, Starion, did you need some invisibility as well? Okay, and the dragon and everybody should just be attacking the Ox over there. Um, you didn't really need to summon him, but I just thought it was good to give the enemies something else to concentrate on rather than attacking me the whole time. Just in case the Globe of Invulnerability wasn't going to work out as well as I thought. Might as well put one enemy up here. But the Emperor, yeah, he seems safe this time. They seem to be going for the apple a day, the Ox guy. And even though they can run inside the Globe of Invulnerability, I think they still can't do any damage to us while we're in here. So just waiting on all these enemies to take their turn. They're just standing about at the moment, not doing much. Okay, and the brain's trying to attack, and this time it failed because we're invulnerable. And the Emperor... Yeah, did he have to recast the spell? This was really taking longer than it should have to open this portal. I think it's just because I messed up at the start and the Emperor had to redo his casting or whatever. So Shadowheart might as well heal us while we're here. Put Blade Ward and Bless on us. Just skip our turns again. Let all these enemies run over here. Because you don't want to waste too much time because the globe only lasts like 3 turns or whatever. So yeah, just waiting for the enemies to take their turn where they can't do anything. This is really a pretty cheesy method. But it did work for me, so might as well do it. And it's not as cheesy as getting Gale to just take the fall for you, I guess. Where you don't have to do anything really to get to the Netherbrain. So yeah, they're taking shots at the Emperor. None of it's working. They've jumped inside the invulnerability portal, but it's just done nothing. And I think finally has the Emperor opened the portal here. No, someone else is taking a turn. Alright, this should be opening now. Come on. Okay, you summoned the Nautiloid over here, but it can't do anything to us really either. One of my globes is down. So the other one, it's not going to last much longer. So hopefully the Emperor just opens the portal here. Just make sure everybody stepped inside this globe. I do have another globe scroll. There's the portal. There we go. Nice. Now you don't have to send everyone in here. Just send in the Emperor, or I think he just goes in automatically. And then I need Karlach to be in there so that she can plant this explosive backpack right next to the Netherbrain and just shoot it with a fire arrow or blow it up some other way. And yeah, we will have defeated the Netherbrain. The Emperor didn't really need him in here either, but we'll just send him down to do some basic chain lightning damage. I don't know if that's the best spell to use, but just to make sure the Netherbrain's just a little bit damaged, just to make sure my SmokePowder backpack finishes them off. So yeah, we'll just throw in chain lightning. It's pretty powerful. It should do 20 or so hit points. Just a nice little bit of damage to take a little chunk off the top there. Now we swap back to Karlach, who's outside the portal. We don't want everyone to come in here simply because the explosion can be pretty big and it could take out everybody if we're too close to it. So it is actually pretty safe to leave someone outside. Just as long as you're going to take out the brain before anybody falls out there and gets taken out there. As long as your other characters are still standing, Okay, this is this backpack full of smoke powder bombs and everything. I'm just gonna set it down here. I think there's a rune powder barrel in there, or Walburn's rune powder bombs in there. Load of fireworks, about 60 smoke powder bombs that I've stolen. And Carlack's just gonna blow it up while standing right next to it. Uh, so yeah, massive explosion. Just completely annihilated the brain in one shot. Well, sort of two shots because I had the Emperor hit him with chain lightning, and yeah, that is honor mode complete. Just double checking I was still in honor mode because it did happen once before when I was playing on an older patch, where suddenly I was in tactician even though I hadn't died or anything. I just guess it was unstable back then. But yeah, that is honor mode basically complete. All you have to do now enjoy the ending. Um, Skip through your cutscenes. Get to your camp. Do the little reunion thing at the camp, and after that, you should have your achievement and your trophy and your golden dice. I had a really good time uploading these videos and doing my honor mode run, showing people the like sort of stupid strategies I like to use, and just to prove really that even deeply unskilled players like me, who don't even understand most of the mechanics still, even after playing for like 500 hours and doing like 5 runs and 2 honor mode runs. You don't really need to understand everything. There's the game is so open. It's so open, and there's so much freedom in everything that you can do. That anybody can really get through honor mode if they think about it hard enough and come up with like strange strategies that are unique to them and just work out for them. Uh, I'm gonna go with Karlach to Avernus here. I think on this character, because I never like watching Karlach die. Even if I'm not in a romance with her, I'm just like, no, I can't let this happen. We're gonna go back to Avernus and we're gonna become the Doomslayer, basically. And Karlach does look like the Doomslayer in her big badass armor. Um, and we're gonna be there together. Shadowheart, who I was romancing in this run, I guess she's gonna be pretty annoyed. It would be cool if there was an option for her to come with you or for your other romance partners, if you could persuade them to come with you. If you do Will's quest, you can get him to come to Avernus, and all three of you are down there. And yeah, you're gonna fight demons for a while, I guess. It seemed like a setup for DLC initially. This return to Avernus little cutscene here. Uh, like you thought maybe there would be an Avernus campaign with Karlach and everybody reuniting to ultimately fix her engine. But I kind of like how open ended this is, and that there is at least one option to save Karlach. It's a bittersweet ending where she does have her best friend here now, or her romance companion if you romanced her, so she's not going to be alone again. But she does have to go back to a place she hates and have to fight demons for forever, basically, until they find a fix for her engine. And there is some dialogue at the very end in the party at the camp where they do discuss that they found blueprints to fix her heart. So it does seem like it's only a matter of time before she is free. And there is a lot of hope there. Also, Karlach, when you discuss sort of settling down with her and living in the country or something in a quiet village or whatever, she doesn't seem that into it, to be honest. She'd rather be doing something like this. Even though she doesn't like this location, being a warrior, being badass, smoking cigars, charging into the flames. Yeah, this is where Karlach's actually kind of happy, to be honest, on some level. And yeah, just skipping along then to the final party where we come back. And this is basically where you can just do your final goodbyes to everyone and then go to the end credits. and you'll get your little cuts, or you'll get your little trophy popping, or your achievement, and you should get your gold dice, and then you can show it off to everybody in multiplayer if you play with them or whatever, that you've got gold dice. So yeah, thanks for watching, people. Had a really great time doing this, and I might do more Baldur's Gate playthroughs in the future, or weird challenge runs or something like that. And let me know if any of my dumb strategies actually helped out anyone, or if they were just so stupid that you just like laughing at them or something. So yeah, thanks again, and happy Christmas, because this is being uploaded in December. And yeah, see you next time.